Hollywood is in terror at the idea that the list may be released by the Department of Justice, but there is a major wrinkle as we get into the weekend. It turns out that those waiting for a big win with the release of those who did wrong on the island may have to wait, but not for long. The claim from the Attorney General of the United States? Perhaps the FBI, or at least parts of it, have gone rogue and are holding back the Epstein documents. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel that continues to bring the truth to you one video at a time, and we are never late in bringing the news. As we get ready to get started, consider clicking the like button. We do have breaking information, and folks, it is now being reported that the FBI has apparently been hiding, allegedly, according to the U.S. Attorney General, hiding vast numbers of documents, and maybe the global elites will now face justice. It has everyone in Hollywood on pins and needles as they do not know who is going to be turned over. Which names might appear as we get ready to go into the Oscars? It could be even that their names are released as they are sitting listening to Conan O'Brien telling the jokes and the jokes on them. Could the paddy wagon be waiting on the red carpet? We'll let you know. But folks, as we get started, we want to remind you, the story for right now is that earlier today, in accordance and in effect of all of Hollywood waiting to find out what's going to happen to them, the U.S. Attorney General is saying that the FBI, perhaps parts of it only, going rogue and blocking the Department of Justice from the files they seek. All right, this is going to be difficult to see, but I'm going to read it for everybody so that you can hear it. This is breaking at this moment. The Office of the Attorney General of the United States is claiming that the FBI is attempting to withhold the information needed to release the full, unredacted, transparent issues of Epstein. And this is going to Kash Patel, who's the brand new FBI director, for him to fix the situation. It may point towards the FBI having been involved in blocking this. So that might be why things are going the way that they're going. I'm going to read the full document now that has just been released. This is from Benny Johnson. Some of you have different opinions about Benny Johnson. I likely do as well. We'll hold those for now. Breaking: Attorney General Pam Bondi reveals in a letter to FBI Director Kash Patel that the FBI is withholding Epstein documents from the Justice Department. It says, "Dear Director Patel, before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response to this request, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primarily of flight logs, Epstein lists of contacts, and a list of victims' names and phone numbers. I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents. Late yesterday, I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio, and video recordings and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained. There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a manner to protect the privacy of victims and in accordance with law, as I have done my entire career as a prosecutor. I'm also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and proposed personnel action within 14 days. I appreciate your immediate attention to this information matter. I know that we are both committed to transparency for the American people, and I look forward to continuing to work with you to serve our president and our country. Sincerely, Pam Bondi, Attorney General." All right, let me give you my quick take on that. Gentlemen, what I think we're looking at, according to the Attorney General for the United States of America, it appears that she's claiming aspects of the FBI have gone rogue. And I'll explain why. If the U.S. Attorney General gives a command to the FBI and it's not followed through on, and if the head of the FBI gives a gives a demand to his department and it's not followed through on. And both of them discover this, and it was not made apparent or transparent to them until late last night, maybe through a whistleblower or something of that order. It would appear to me that what Pam Bondi is accusing here is that there is a rogue agency that is blocking the Epstein files from full release, and that would explain why today is going so strangely. Vash, Jonas, this is a wrinkle I never thought we would see today. This is huge. It also, I think, in terms of the entertainment side of it, it now makes them all wonder what's going to come out tomorrow, what's going to come out over the weekend. But the idea that the Attorney General of the United States is claiming that the FBI is acting in a rogue manner is historic. Panel, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm not surprised in the least, to be honest with you. And you might be surprised, bro. I'm not. The FBI and what they've been accused of before and what they've been suspected of doing before, especially as it relates to Epstein, is not a good one, that's for sure. In fact, actually, we look at maybe the sweetheart deal that Epstein received back in New York City some years ago. It would make people scratch their heads as to who may have been involved in that. Go ahead and look that one up, folks. But this is honestly, it's not surprising. I mean, we have heard that the this dual state apparatus that might exist has been not serving the American people for some time, and that's kind of what the DoJ findings are all about, right? We're seeing money essentially laundered to so many different places that I mean, somebody working at the FBI or any of these intelligence agencies had to have known that some of this stuff was going on, yet didn't do anything about it. It's just very curious how that always tends to work out there. We've heard about the 51 intelligence officials, obviously. I've talked about the laptop story and so forth, and how there was like, oh, this is Russian disinformation, and yet we know now it wasn't. This just keeps happening over and over again. So there are going to be impediments, I think, put in place by certain particular actors in order to prevent this information from coming out. I think this is one of them.
With this, I have to wonder here. I don't think Kash Patel is getting in there right away and saying that, no, we're not giving you this information. So I think this is an internal problem. I wonder if this is something to where they are setting them up for failure because they knew that they wouldn't release everything. And so then this creates it creates another litmus test. The Elon Musk email situation comes to mind, where it's not really the 5 bullet points about your productivity that were the thing that was being searched for. It was a pulse check to see whether or not they would even get a response from everyone here. I would imagine there was a lot of corroboration and collaboration within the FBI on whatever the result would be. So I think that Pam Bondi was ready with this letter, and then saw the results. This is something where I'm going to go with Vash on this one. Expected, and I think it gives Kash Patel a lot of leverage in whatever he wants to do next. Because I have a feeling that whether or not it's DoJ, we're going to see some DoJ-like actions from Kash Patel. I hope, at least.
Let me give one more criticism. And this is a gentle critique. I know things are happening on the fly, and we don't know, right? We're blind to how things are playing out behind closed doors. This paper that we have right now, if I was in charge of how this plays out, this is the only paper that gets released today. I wouldn't have the social media conservative influencers out there. I'm not trying to besmirch them in any way. But I don't want the news to be able to cover that and not this. This is the news of the day. This is what should be on every channel. And so the White House, I believe, should have put this out and this out alone. And the reason is because the idea that the U.S. Attorney General is claiming that the FBI has essentially gone rogue and is refusing to hand over and was hiding documents and vast documents related to Epstein, that is the lead story of every news story out there. And I guarantee you that the MSNBCs, the CNNs, et cetera, they're going to run the video of the conservative influencers out there smiling and laughing with the binders. But that's not even close to the story that matters. This This that we're showing you, and I'm afraid it's going to be at the end of the broadcast on so many news channels, if featured at all. This is the news.
I agree.
Absolutely 100% agree. I mean, and this is why Cash Patel getting in there was such a big deal, was such a huge vote, because there were many actors, I'm sure, in Washington, D.C., and other places maybe, that did not want Cash to be there. Didn't want Cash to head up that agency. Now that he is, maybe with Deputy Director Dan Bongino, I would say expect change. I think this was a litmus test. It was like, okay, hey, listen, if we can get this out and there is no shenanigans, all good. Now that there have been, or at least it appears that there have been, well, now it's time to do something about it.
There you go. By the way, real quick, Tim Pool is also confirming that this is real, that the claim that the FBI has gone rogue to some degree under the Trump administration and is withholding critical Epstein documents. Tim Pool now of Timcast also posting this, so that's the confirmation we needed. We thought when it came from Benny Johnson that it was likely. Tim Pool's got it as well. We'll read it for those of you who are not able to see it. From Tim Pool, breaking: the FBI New York appears to have gone rogue. Folks, isn't that funny? When did he put this out? Hang on a second. Put this out at 2:37 p.m. I bet we had said that at that point. Tim Pool and I are on the same page right now.
He's probably just watching the pro show. Good to see you, Tim.
Could be. Hey, nice to see you. Well, until this thing came out, and then by golly, when we found out that there's a letter, and again, this should have been the only thing released today. That's it. Don't put out the binders. Don't do any of that. Put this out there. This is the story. Make it be about this.
Agreed. Well, then what's in the binders? That's what I want to know.
And put another one in the can, folks. A video of excellence has been birthed into existence, and you were there to witness it. Thank you for participating. We hope you had a good time. Folks, it's a great time anytime we get to share time with you, and we mean it. The only thing additional we ask, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. And oh, by the way, if you would be so kind, perhaps share this out on your favorite social media platforms. Folks, we've got all kinds of content coming your way. If you are interested in going even beyond all of that, well, there's a pro store, and you can always find those items directly below the video you're watching. The Pro Store. It's a cool place to check out for items that, well, definitely Disney and the rest are not going to sell you, but we're happy to do so. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah.
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.